to another episode of Three Speech Podcast coming for you all over the internet. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please like and subscribe. Just click on the bell for the notifications. And without further ado, welcome our host. To my right, it's Mr. Nico Yearwood. How's it going?
Woo! Yeah!
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! And to my diagonal right, it's Mouch about town. Mouch, how's it going?
Good afternoon, good evening. It's good. How are you, man?
And with the slowest internet in the world, it's Mr. Leo Curse.
Hello.
Well, I hope your internet picks up. Well, it's been a big week this week. Mouch, what's caught your eye? What have you seen? What do you know? Tell us.
Well, there's lots that's happening this week. There's this One Britain, One Nation. So it's like the government are making or encouraging school children to have a little sing song all together, and people are losing their minds about it. I mean, it's people are claiming it's kind of very reminiscent of the Nazis because they're all reasonable. I think it's a bit silly, but I honestly don't really give a fuck.
Have you heard the song? Have you guys heard it? Have you heard
I think that
What? This is a song for all the schools to sing?
Yes.
What's going on?
So the government
like an anthem?
Yeah. They are asking kids to sing a little song. Trying to find the clip because
It's on my thing. The song kind of goes like, Great Britain, strong nation. Great Britain.
It would be great if we had this lined up.
I've got it here actually. So we can have a little watch. One dream. Great team.
Great team. Great nation, strong Britain.
Great
nation.
It is very catchy.
Britain. That's catchy. That's great. Yeah. I mean, it works. If it works in North Korea, why don't we try it here?
I mean, it's hilarious. It's hilariously shit.
I think we need a bit of national pride.
Yeah, I don't think that song is
or Bon.
that's not going to instill national pride. Is it going to be like a Eurovision thing? Is it everyone has to sing this? I don't really understand. Does anyone?
They want that to be sung at the start of every day at school. It's kind of hilariously.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, it would be hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's really dystopian about a totalitarian future. But because we're Britain, we can't go full evil. We still have to be shit at the same time. With One Britain, great nation. It can't just be like evil
idea
like
was
China
it?
or Russia. Probably someone like GB News.
Okay.
So at the start of
I can
school,
see where they're coming from. No, listen. We've had since we've had devolved parliaments to all the provincial places like Wales, Scotland, all the rest of it. All the devolved parliaments just constantly shit on Britain, and then we've got like the woke liberal left constantly shitting on Britain. So I think they're just trying to bring back some sort of national pride, just a little bit of national pride. So if we just had a little bit, maybe things like Brexit wouldn't happen.
I don't think forcing kids to sing is going to bring back national pride. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Well, how come they do it in all countries like China, North Korea? All these places.
It's
that
planting a seed,
like Russia.
Planting a seed.
It is planting a seed, but I don't think it's going to germinate into the tree that you're after. It's going to be like an evil sort of weed that just.
It's better than having like the Guardian song that they make all the kids in their fancy posh schools sing. Is like Britain is shit. Britain is shit. Everybody hates Britain because Britain is shit, and it's written by.
That's
Owen
what we
Jones.
sing in Barbados. It's a great song.
It's a good song. I like that song.
Yeah, man. I'm not sure, but then again, I don't really care. But I don't want to be like near a school and have to hear that shit though. Do you know what I mean? Like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Why are you hanging around near a school, Mouch?
Because I live in a house near a school.
Why did you pick
Why
that
did you
house?
buy a house near a school?
Because
Yeah, Mooch.
I thought you were an
Overlooking a school playground.
Are you insinuating that I bought this house just to be next to the school full of children?
Why do
because
you
I'm a
have
pedophile?
colorful lights in your background, Mooch?
What? Where are yours? Where are yours, Nico?
I got rid of them. Because
Why?
I
Why have
knew
you got
what
a-
they
why have you got a-
insinuated.
All right, guys. At the
Why
start
have
of
you
every
got-
pod, I want us to sing a little song. Yeah, 3-speech song, which I'm gonna come up with next week. Yeah, and if you don't sing it,
Yeah.
you're unpatriotic and pedophiles.
3 speech, 1 great podcast.
Podcast.
3 speech, 1 great podcast. Leo is the racist. Nico is
Mooch.
not the racist. Mooch
Darius
is the
is-
organizer.
Darius
Darius
is an
is the
ebophile.
Ebo.
Ebophile,
you
not
like Ebos.
pedophile. There is a big difference.
A thin line.
You
Thin
like
line.
Ebos.
Ebo. I mean, it's. Do you think is this a distraction piece? Is this the government going right? If we make them all sing a song, they'll all be arguing over why this is such a stupid idea while we do something.
I think post-Brexit, this is the government trying to instill some national pride, but obviously they're going about it in like the most ham-fisted, like counterproductive way possible. And they probably paid like Serco like £37 billion to write that song.
I mean, if you're going to install national pride, why don't we just pay off some like refs and make sure that we get to the semi-finals or the finals of the Euros? That's what would be like instilling national pride.
What is considered like a British symbol for all of the, the different
UK standard-
desperate parts of
The UK standard 3-pin plug, Nico. It's the greatest thing we have. And everyone knows it.
Right.
Nah, but
I am
honestly
right.
though, like what
I'm being
what is
honest, that's the
something
best thing we
British?
have.
I don't know, because there's one problem with a 3-pin plug. If you step on a 2-pin plug, it doesn't really hurt because it's already flat. If you step on a 3-pin plug, you're crippled for life.
Yeah, well, that's what I say in my joke. I said, how can I respect a plug that you can stand on and not even feel? That's an insult
fair
to
enough.
me.
I didn't. Sorry.
The thing about Britain as a country is we're actually quite demure, especially England, with our kind of patriotism. If you go to America, they fly flags everywhere. They have all the they do the national anthem every day. They do it before sports events. We're not really like that in Britain, and this song's just shit. But I think there's a lot of people shit on England, but and Britain in general. But Britain's a great country, man. That's why people they say, "Oh, we're not welcoming to immigrants," but it's a great country. That's why people want to come here. I mean,
No,
they
look,
don't
let's be
travel
honest.
through
The most British thing you can do is self-deprecate, and shitting on Britain is the most British thing you can do. So, like, bring this song out so we can all shit on it and feel miserable about ourselves and queue. Let's queue. Everyone has to queue to do the song. What else is there to be British? Is that then you get one fish with one chip at the end of it, and then you can
crisps.
go
Tutting.
and a crisp butty or a crisp sandwich or a bap, whatever the fuck you call it, in whatever part of this god awful country that I love. You live in.
I did this. These are the things I came up with that Britain's great at: plugs, crisps, and formerly comedy, although not so much anymore.
Formerly
American
colonization.
comedy is so much better. Like, Nico, don't you think American comedy is like so much better than...
Yeah,
I can't think of one. The only one British comedian that I rate highly is Mickey Flanagan.
Right here. All right.
Nah,
Bailey's good. Bill Bailey's good. I like Bill Bailey, but he's
I
not
don't
really
like musical comedy, but yeah, he's talented, but I'm not a fan of musical comedy.
I'm not a fan of musical comedy where they're just changing the lyrics to songs.
But he's definitely talented.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bill Bailey's good.
No,
Yeah,
Bill.
but-
I like.
But, I mean,
don't
there's
like musical.
there's a lot of good British comedians, but there's like in the last like 10 years, like it hasn't been like an act come through and become like super like stadium big. Apart from maybe Ramesh.
Is Kevin Bridges British or is he
Well,
considered British?
Yeah.
Kevin Bridges and
Scotland's
Mickey
in Britain.
Flanagan. For me,
Yeah, I
those are
agree.
the two that I would watch all the time.
I like Sean Locke as well.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's good.
But you're ruining the point that comedy in America is better. Because like, no matter how good a British comedian is, they're not going to be able to touch like Bill Burr, like Chappelle, Chris Rock in his prime.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Eddie Murphy.
Patrice O'Neill.
Patrice, yeah.
The industry stifles any sort of big, high status acts. They don't they think that British people only want dumpy, ugly, self-deprecating acts, and that's bullshit. British people want big, loud, high status acts. That's why Bill Burr's really popular here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, what's that Scouse guy who?
Paul Smith.
Not Paul Smith, but Paul Smith is
Adam Rowe.
No. Like, he's on telly.
Paddy McGuinness.
Scouse
He's from the north, but
oh god, I can't remember his fucking name. Yeah.
Oh, I know who you mean.
I know the guy.
Yeah.
John Bolton.
John. No.
Ramsey.
John Bishop.
John Bishop.
John Bishop.
He's kind of. He's like.
Yeah.
He was. He's kind of. I suppose I was probably like. He's not.
Nah, he's not high status.
You're not. Yeah. Well, for Liverpool.
He's more like daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A daddish type style.
But I wouldn't say Bill Burr is kind of high status. Do you know what I mean? He's just he's got like the
British.
angry. He's British.
That's what we're saying. He's not high status.
How long is your delay, mate?
Yeah, what's talking about me, man? What are you on? Like 20
I told you there's a delay.
So that's the delay in my head. Yeah, fair enough.
We should have done it in the studio.
We can't. Well, we could if we all are in the studio, we can do it. But because the internet is fucked,
Darius ruined it.
Well done.
I
Darius.
didn't ruin.
Again,
Well, I didn't ruin Leo not having internet.
Also, I went to
Leo
Darius's house. You know how it looks like he's in like quite a big room? It's a tiny room. I don't know how it looks big. It's literally like that fucking big.
Is that the room you showed me, Darius, on camera?
Maybe I basically
Under the stairs.
Yeah, under the stairs.
That's it.
I've turned this into a pretty good studio. I'm just trying to get the Wi-Fi extender to come through, and then it will be pretty good. Although it looks bigger than it is. It shows you don't need much in for a studio. It's tiny. It's all lighting.
It's all
lighting and camera. What else has been going on this week?
Run the whole podcast from there.
Be quite good.
How's it going having a baby now that the sort of the novelty of the baby arriving is sort of worn off, and now you've sort of settled into having a baby?
Well, I didn't really want to share with the listeners that I've had a baby, but we'll talk about it too much. But I have to say it's not bad. I'm not gonna. She's a pretty good baby. She doesn't really cry much, so I'm all. She just sleeps and eats. That's it. She's cool, and I change her nappies. That's it. It reminds me of the Louis C.K. joke that I never thought I'd be cleaning poo out of a tiny vagina, but there we are.
Jesus.
That's not my joke. It's Louis C.K.'s joke.
Yeah, but coming from an ebophile is
an
tricky,
ebophile, but not a pedophile. It's different. Anyway,
it's a slippery slope.
It's kind of you know what it is though. It's not like some people have a kid and oh my god, it's the greatest thing of my life and go and have a kid. Like, nah, I mean I'm the right age to have a kid, so it's not like I'm like oh no, this is life. It's good, it's fine.
You're not the right age. You're about 15 years too old.
You're 15. You haven't even remember if you're gonna have some kids. You're gonna be the oldest dad at dad's race going. You're gonna be less. Like, where's my dad? He's at that. There he is on his wheelchair, rolling down 100 meters.
That's what matters in life. That's what my whole life centers around how I'm doing some hypothetical fucking Father's Day race at school.
Imagine if you were a kid and you're at Father's Day race. You see handsome, muscular Nico there on the starting line,
hanging around with the year 11s.
Strapping Darius Davies there. And people are like, wow, this is like Drago versus fucking Rocky versus Apollo, Nico versus Darius. There's a third competitor. Here comes Leo rolling up on his wheelchair.
On his Zimmer frame.
I'm the same age.
Your poor unborn
I'm
child.
The same age.
Hypothetical child will be offended to his core.
No, he means that the group of your kid, the gap is going to be so big that you will be the old dad.
This is Britain, and all people have had drilled into them for the last 20 years is it's okay to be a fat shit. So I'm going to be, because I look after myself, I'm going to fucking spank all those 25-year-old fathers.
Speaking of fat, let's talk
What?
about the
Yeah.
thing. The lingerie line.
Oh,
Is it lingerie?
George Floyd's.
The George Floyd. Yeah.
George Floyd is
He did-
it's not just any lingerie. This is M&S underwear inspired by George Floyd. It hits the high streets.
Apparently, it's very breathable.
Hey, he didn't die in vain. He died so that some middle class woman, slightly out of shape, could wear.
What the fuck's going on with this? I could beat all of them at Father's Day. Like, look at the state. These are models.
This is insane. This is literally insane.
Listen, I've ordered my pair.
What?
So why is Marks and Spencer's brought out George Floyd inspired underwear, or is this like headline?
I've got an inkling. Money. They just want money.
Yeah, but
they don't give a fuck about George Floyd. They brought these out so
the link is so tenuous. You know what I mean? Like
I'm pretty sure this is a misleading headline.
No, the link is the direct quote is we're inspired by the George Floyd movement, so we brought out these nude colors and more skin tones for different skin tone colors, because prior to George Floyd's demise, Marks and Spencer's had no clue that black women existed in the UK, but now they've educated themselves and they know that black women also exist in the UK and have money to spend on
that's it.
Slightly cheap
expensive. What did black women wear before
oppressive
Marks
underwear?
And Spencer's brought out this underwear.
Oppressive
racist white underwear.
Yeah.
Sometimes black underwear.
Alt-righty whiteies.
My underpants are black, but like black, not like skin tone black. The color black. So like, but it doesn't match my skin tone, and I've never found it a problem to wear underwear that doesn't match.
Well, you are a problematic person, aren't you, Leo?
But I've never had underwear that is actual Caucasian skin tone.
Well, maybe now you can.
Maybe for women though, because they
want
to wear it. They don't want to look like they're wearing clothes or something. I don't know.
So I just had it on here because I wanted to read it. M&S, UK's biggest bra and knicker retailers, said the range was partially inspired by global conversations on racial equality following the horrific death of Mr. Floyd in Minneapolis last year. The chain store described its previous products as inconsistent and inadequate for all ethnicities, while the terms nude and neutral have generally been used for lighter skin tones. New colors are named after gemstones such as topaz, amber, and the retailer said it's received clear customer feedback against names such as tobacco. So
it's so. This is just like social justice in a nutshell, isn't it? All they do is they just change names around and they say, look at all this actual action we've done by our product. That's all they do.
100%. I think we're all on board. I think on the same page here with it's like we don't give a fuck what color underwear you sell are. If there's not underwear that is there for your skin tone, there should be underwear there that matches your skin tone. That's not the issue. It's the fanfare that is caused around this because it's using it to sell product rather than actually address a cause, which I don't think this is.
No, of course, it's just bullshit. It's it's as ever performative action. Like they don't care. They're just trying to sell products, but whatever.
But I think they should just be. I don't know. They can't really be just admit it though. Do you know what I mean? I suppose they have to just do this dance. They can't go, hey guys, look, we had a meeting,
but
and we all
can they not just release it? No need for all this big. Oh, because of George Floyd.
Without like the colors press release out.
Yeah,
and also the
women's still gonna go to the brass section. You know what I mean?
I tell you who's not profiting from these underwear sales. George Floyd's family, that's for sure. Just using his name in vain to sell some cheap underwear, and his family are just in America getting nothing from it.
I think they're doing all right.
Well, they probably made some money, but
I am concerned about the message these normal bodies are sending to young women. that they don't have to strive for perfection anymore. This is a
Yeah.
bad message being sent to.
I
Well,
agree.
the only thing that's like making me feel slightly more comfortable is that I might get a modeling contract if this sort of translates into male models. Then look, I think our dad bods are gonna be in demand.
Giacomo.
Giacomo,
Well,
here we go.
that lassie on the right, it doesn't match her skin tone. So what's
Only one of them, the one in the middle, it's really kind of matches her skin tone.
But is underwear, as Leo said, meant to match your skin tone? Is there a benefit for it matching your skin tone?
I don't think there's any rules. You can do what you want. It's kind of like, you know.
I like to see red underwear on any women.
Okay.
Nico knows his business when it's red panties day. That's what he's about.
Yeah. Lady
like,
in red is dancing for me.
It's like, it's like a red rag to a bull when Nico sees that.
If you got skin tone underwear, does it just look like your breasts are sort of unraveling a bit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's
if you want to talk about body like confidence and models and all this, they've just released a new ITV show called Too Hot to Handle, or it might be Love Island, the new Love Island, whatever. But the best thing is that we've got our first ever disabled contestant, right? And they go down to all the contestants, and they all look like, you know, six packs, ripped to shreds, and they go, "This is James. He's the first ever disabled contestant." And you look at him, and what the fuck? And he said, he's got a club foot. And it goes on to say, you can't really tell now because I've had extended physio. So basically, I walk with a tiny bit of a limp. And people online are now going, he's so brave to come out as disabled. And it's stunning. It's like, the motherfucker, he's got a limp. That's not a real, it's just so, and people are like, yeah, that's real disability. He's overcome so much with his club foot.
Yeah,
Gary's shitting on the club foot community there.
Yeah.
Remember when I made fun of you in Edinburgh because Leo's got kyphosis. I took the piss out of Leo.
What is kyphosis?
It's like,
it's mild curvature of the spine. So like you can see my back's
like
not
scoliosis.
Straight.
Yeah,
no, scoliosis is lateral thing. This is kyphosis.
This is like, so it's like you've got Mr. Burns back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You should the Mr. Yeah.
So I made fun of that.
Mr. Burns hunches like that, doesn't he?
Yeah. So it got slightly that.
I made fun of that, and I'll go. You tell the story then.
Go on.
No, you.
So you would be even taller if your spine was straight then.
Oh yeah. So we're doing a. Yeah, basically, yeah. And I used to be able to crunch it out in the gym on the rollers, but they've taken the rollers away because they're a COVID hazard. So now I'm doomed to having a fucking bent spine because the government is worried about, some fat people dying of coronavirus. I don't know why we don't just like let it rip. Virus comes along that kills like fat people and old people, and we try and stop it. What sort of Tory policy is that? But basically, me and Darius were doing a rap battle in Edinburgh. And Darius was like, we're like making fun of each other for everything. And Darius had to go at me for having kyphosis in the rap battle. And then we come off stage. And it was really funny. And like, crowd loved it and stuff. And this guy comes up and he's like, man, like, this guy's back was like one of those bendy drinking straws. It was just, you know what I mean? It's like, and then the guy's like, you shouldn't make fun of people with kyphosis. And I said, man, what are the chances? We didn't know you were going to be in the fucking audience. You know what I mean? Jesus.
I still would have done the jokes, but I didn't know he was going to be there.
And then pointed at him.
You didn't know the kyphosis community.
Talking of disability, because talking of disability, there's a community. It's really funny actually. Aaron Simmons, and first time I met him, we're in Edinburgh, and he comes up and he's in a wheelchair, but he comes up in his wheelchair and wheels up to the steps, and then he got out of the wheelchair, put his wheelchair over his head like that, and ran up the steps. I was like, man. Not only is that guy not disabled, he's like less disabled than me. I couldn't fucking run upstairs with a wheelchair over my head. But I mean, obviously, he's disabled, but he's really muscly. He's some sort of record holder for bodybuilding, like bench press or something like that.
So we should give.
What do you mean? It's a little dude. He wears glasses.
Yeah, strong man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we should give steroids to all people in wheelchairs so they can just have like super jacked arms and the top half just be or not.
Okay.
Well, that was a dwindling suggestion from Mouch.
Yeah. Can't wait to edit that one out.
my man said it and retreated into the cave. He was like, fuck me.
There's also this delay, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, the delay.
The delay didn't help on that one.
I don't think there's a delay on my end. I'm not hearing no delay.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, yeah. What else has happened? We've got a gay football player, but like American football player.
Yes.
Right, let me just pause this. The first is it like so the we've got the first gay American football player, and he plays for the Raiders.
I won't make a joke about that.
People, I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that like one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary. But until then, I'm going to do my best and do my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting, that's compassionate, and I'm going to start by donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. They're an incredible organization. They're the #1 suicide prevention service for LGBTQ youth in America, and they're truly doing incredible things. And I'm very excited to be a part of it, to help in any way that I can, and I'm really pumped to see what the future holds. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great day. Work hard. What's up, people? I'm Carl Nassib.
There we go.
No, I won't work hard.
Have a great day, though. Well, I think that's great.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's. I think he's done it in a really.
Can't argue with that.
I think
there are arguments. There are arguments online about it.
Oh, what are the arguments? Tell us, Nico.
What are people saying about it?
well, some people said that. There's all this craziness, but one of them is there was actually a black dude who came out prior and they slated him. He to the point where he had to give up his career. So they're saying that this is white privilege, that because this black dude had come out like a year or two before this guy, and look, everybody's praising him, but the black dude, no one has heard from him since. The other thing crazy people are saying is that he should not be sharing the bathroom with the straight man. So I saw that in the comments because I think Sports Center had posted it. But yeah, so there are people who are saying that he shouldn't get the praise because a couple people before him done it. But yeah.
But like, who cares about this praise? What praise? It's not like there's a currency for it. He said, he's like, look, I'm a private person. I'm just doing this so that people feel more comfortable with it. It's not like he's getting cash. It's just okay.
No, they mean that. How come this guy is like, everybody go, whatever his name is. But when the black dude did it, he had to give up his career.
Who was the black dude? I'll have a.
Just look under the comments. On the Sports Center Instagram post. I can't remember the name.
Okay,
but yeah, people are saying this black guy was gay before him, and he got,
Well, yeah, because remember there's a gay footballer. I think the only gay Premier League footballer like in history. I'm not sure, but Fashanu, Justin Fashanu, was it?
Yeah,
brother of the other Fashanu, but he committed suicide. So I mean, it's a serious thing. It's good that this guy's supporting this like LGBTQ, anti-suicide charity.
Yeah. No, I mean,
well, when Justin Fashanu came out though, that actually took real bravery. I mean, coming out in 2020 saying you're gay is like announcing you've got a Nokia 3210. No one gives a shit. But when Justin
Yeah, but he's
Fashion,
doing it in like sports. It's team sports,
Yeah,
which is
listen,
traditionally been,
listen,
you know,
I
listen.
think
not
that's a
There's
bit.
no
gay
look.
welcoming place.
Hold on, let me say my point.
No,
There is
Darius, you listen. You listen.
No, you fucking listen.
No,
Because
you
there's no
you let me
way
say my point.
I guarantee any player comes out in any sport in 2020, there's no way they're not coming out being celebrated and applauded. When Justin Fashanu came out in like 1980s, early 90s, that took real bravery. He was ostracized by his teammates. He was ostracized by his family. He ended up committing suicide because of it. Coming out in 2020, oh yeah, it's good. There's visibility. But let's not act like he's so brave or this is a big thing. It's like no one cares anymore. Which is a good place that society's
I think it is. Like, man, this guy. Listen. Like, this guy's not. He's playing in men's football in America, not women's football in the UK. I think if you come out as gay in women's football, then people are like, we know. But like men's football in America, that's a totally different. That's like trying to come out in like Russian judo or something like that.
Have you ever played
there's
and
still a
or
lot
watched?
of stigma. Look what Nico was saying about. Look what Nico was saying about the comments and everything that were people are saying, oh, you shouldn't be allowed to share the bathrooms with the other players and stuff. There's still a lot of homophobia out there.
But it's nothing like that the 80s or 90s, and obviously the guys coming out. Anyone who comes out in 2021 or whatever is going to be celebrated and applauded for it.
So Michael Sam was the
Unless
NFL trailblazer who first came out as gay, and he's come out saying, praising Carl Nassib for owning truth and coming out. So was it Carl Nassib who was just the guy we just watched?
Why does he have like an Arabic sounding surname, Nassib? That's the interesting thing for me.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm ahhing about. Is it the same guy?
Carl Nassib. Allah Hamale.
Yeah, it is. Nassib.
Yeah,
it's probably
a lot of people were saying that black dude was he held a lot of heat.
But then I think this is kind of almost like echoing Darius's point, because when the black dude came out, what was his name? Michael Sam. It was in 1990, and it's a different sort of landscape, so to speak, with how people receive stuff and how accepted same-sex relationships are, or same-sex gay people are in sports. I think I think it's still a risk.
Big up Michael Sam.
Yeah,
release some underwear for him. You know what I mean?
It's just like crotchless underwear.
Because that takes big balls to do it in 1990.
Yeah.
Everyone supports
at the height of gangster rap as well.
Yep.
Everyone supports Pride in today. Everyone. We went out on the street and did interviews on it. People were offended if you suggested they didn't support Pride. I was like, oh, you don't support Pride? No, I do support Pride. Sounds like you don't support it.
I wouldn't say everyone supports Pride though.
Man, everyone we spoke to on the street, at least in the open, said they supported it, and I believed them as well.
Oh yeah, in the open you'd say that.
No, I'm sure there's some people. If you went to certain areas, there'd be people who, in the open, would not support Pride.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But no, I think it's that like homophobia is more closeted now, and maybe the homophobes don't feel comfortable coming out of the closet.
I tell you, there are some strange things going on with
Darius
Seattle
and Nico,
Pride.
that was a much funnier thing than you should that was you should support your fellow podcast hosts by laughing if they say something funny.
No, we won't.
What's that? What was funny?
About the homophobes.
That's a good joke.
The homophobes being in the closet. Fucking sitting there like tombstones.
I was listening to the joke.
Soulless eyes.
You've got soulless eyes.
So Seattle Pride, this is quite a nice little segue, is charging people to like white people. So Mr. Nassib, is that what his name was? Carl Nassib. Carl Nassib would be charged $50, which probably isn't much to him, to attend the gay pride in Seattle because he is white. at a Pride event in Seattle will charge white people a reparation fee to attend, the organizer said. White people and their accomplices will have to pay anywhere from $10 to $50 at the Taking Blakk Pride event, according to the event's webpage. A trans woman of color solidarity network is organizing the event in collaboration with Queer the Land. The event is not associated with Seattle Pride, which will be hosting all of their events virtually this year, a spokeswoman for Seattle Pride told Newsweek.
So this is an online Pride event?
No. This is an actual Pride event. The official or the I don't know which Pride. So this is a slightly different variation of Pride for Black trans people, but they will charge white people to attend.
Well, fuck it. I'm not going on it. I'm not going to show my support.
Yeah, I think it's drawn.
I
some
think
criticism.
it's great. White people should have to pay more.
But where's the money going to?
So it's
no.
The theory behind it is that
the rich black woman who's running it.
No, it's supposed to go towards it's supposed to go towards helping keep the event free for Black and trans people.
But what if they're rich? What if you got a black guy who's rich? Barack Obama wants to go, and so some person who's poor and in a trailer park is to pay to subsidize Barack Obama?
Well, only if they want to support Pride. But if they live in a trailer park, perhaps they don't.
Well, it sounds like you're prejudiced against people who live in trailer parks.
Sounds like people who live in prejudice in trailer parks don't like Kal Nassib coming out online.
This isn't the first time this has happened, so it's happened for a thing called Afro Future, a music festival. I think it was in Chicago. Was charging white people double the entry. In Detroit, music festival in Detroit charged white people double the entry price for entry, but later backtracked after public backlash.
I love shit like this.
Look at Nico's smile. Look at it. I was just looking at that shit grin that he's got down there.
You know, stuff like this. It's just some black people. They're together and they're like, man, these fucking idiot white people. Let's just charge them. See how much we can get from them. And they're like, okay, we'll pay because we're such fucking dweebs, and they pay. I think it's great. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay $50 or pay double to go, then you deserve to be fleeced like that.
Yeah. It's like paying your TV license or paying for carrier bags at the supermarket. Do it if you're some sort of mug. It goes along with stuff like that, getting shaken down. But if you don't want it, just don't do it.
I agree. Nico, what do you think?
Man, I think it's brilliant. No, it reminds me of when the tourists come to Barbados and they just jack up the prices for everything, but the local prices is almost 300% less. We went to Barbados one time, and my girl at the time, she was getting her hair braided, right? And I went to pay for it, and I asked, how much is it? And the woman's she goes $150. Right, and I said, what the rassle? And rassle is like a Bajan cuss word. Only Bajans say it's like asshole with an R in the front. I said, what the rassle? And the woman says, oh, you he? And use a Bajan? She asked me. I said, yeah. She goes, oh, just $30. The woman went from $150 to $30. They just rip off the white people. The same thing with the taxi men. When the taxi men see a white person, the rate just goes through the roof.
Well, I don't think it's just white people. Like Michael B. Jordan has come under fire recently for a rum that he's got, and they're not letting him get away with this cultural appropriation. He's had to rename his rum, which was called Juve. Did I say that right, Nico?
They call it Juve.
Juve.
Have you heard of that, Nico? What is it? Tell our listeners what it is. What it
Juve
means.
is like a
It's an Italian football team.
It's associated with Carnival. It's like the day break for Carnival Day type thing. Juve. So they have a big celebration in the morning, early. The wee hours of the morning.
And
But it's a
would you
Trinidadian thing mainly, I believe.
is that would you say that's insulting for them to call their rum that?
Well, it's him making money off of something he has no association with, really. So I guess that's why
Right.
they're upset.
Yeah, I get that,
If,
but
if
like,
if he had a Trinidadian mother or some shit, they'll be cool with it. Or he had links to Trinidad or something like that. I guess they'll be cool with it. But it's just a person using. Yeah, I can see why they have an issue with it.
Is some sort of progress that the
But-
fact that he's black doesn't get him a pass on this cultural
Yeah.
appropriation?
well, this is where I'm confused, because I always thought cultural appropriation was about the powers that be, and like if you're exploiting a culture.
So it comes in when you're selling something. He's selling this rum, obviously. So
Yeah.
that's where the problem arises. It's like when well, not the same thing, but when the Jenner people was selling Biggie and Tupac t-shirts. It's like, come on, you selling
think
something and you're profiting off of it.
And I think he also wanted to copyright the word as well.
Yeah.
So that was an issue.
Really?
Yeah, it said in the thing he copyright. Nico, I've got a question. You know, when you're back home, do you speak with a stronger, like a Bajan accent, so that like white people can't understand you? Do you do that? I know they do that in Jamaica. They speak patois.
Well, it kind of was sung a bit more Bajan. I don't know, but not by a massive marked degree.
So there's
Just
no
like
you guys don't have pidgin English or patois or whatever they call it. Patois.
Isn't pigeon's Nigerian?
There'll be a few words that you wouldn't get. Just a few words you wouldn't get.
Go on, test me. Do one word you think we won't know. Let's see how.
No, like let's
Asian we
say
are.
for instance, like instead of you all, we say wanna. So wanna is like a word. We say part one again. That's like where are you going? Where are you all going? We would say part one again. So an English person hearing that wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know what that meant. Part one again. Did I say that right?
So the part is like what part of the area you're going. So that the part is what part, and then wanna is like you all, and gain is a contraction of going.
Gain.
You see some gain is going. So you see a friend, you say what going on. That's what's going on. You say what going on, which in Jamaican is like wagwan. Right.
My favorite thing in the world is like when a white person with dreadlocks tries to talk, tries to use like West Indian patois.
Tom Hanks' son is hilarious.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks' son
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Tom Hanks' son on Twitter and Instagram is brilliant.
I got my white boy summer hat that arrived in the post yesterday.
Why is it written in Nazi? Why is it written in Nazi writing, Mouch?
Because it's white boy.
What is white boy summer? What does it mean?
It means.
There's another thing like.
There's hot girl summer.
Yeah, there's
city boy summer. Yeah.
Well,
what
what's
does
my
hot girl summer mean?
It's basically we're just getting fucked up and having fun. Autistic summer.
Autistic summer.
Autistic summer. I don't know.
Autistic summer.
Autistic.
Well, all right. In a seamless segue from Pride and sporting events, it turns out that the entrant for New Zealand in the women's weightlifting category is 41-year-old trans woman Laurel Hubbard, which has caused controversy. 43 years old.
Leo, I think you're clicking on. Is someone clicking on the mouse? Yeah, it's coming through on the.
It's 43-year-old Laurel Hubbard.
That's Leo's niece.
Yeah, the only Father's Day you'd win, Leo, is against the mothers.
Listen, I can beat both of you at arm wrestling.
We're not talking about that.
Dude,
we're talking about racing.
I'm 3-0 against you, mate.
Can you beat me at a race?
No, you're not.
3-0. Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah, I could beat you at a race easily.
I bet you
Can't
could.
even run. Your spine is fused.
Yeah, it is fused.
I've got a
still
supple
run.
spine.
Yeah,
Hey,
that is
I'm the black guy here, guys.
I think,
I'm the fastest one in this group chat.
I
No
think I
doubt.
could
What
beat-
about swimming?
I think I could beat. I think I could
Let's
beat
have a
Nico.
swimming competition.
All right.
Nico, are you good at swimming? You live by the beach, man.
I can swim, but not long distances. Get out of breath. But I can do, if it's 25 to 30 meters, yeah.
25
I can-
to 30. 31? No. 32? You're fucking crazy. I'm so specific. 25, 26.
But yeah.
All right,
can do
cool.
the
Well,
left of the pool.
I reckon I might be the best female weightlifter amongst us, though. I think that's what I could. Do you reckon I could beat Laurel Hubbard? She's 43.
Yeah, that's a beautiful woman right there. That is a babe.
What is
Look.
she lifting there? 25, 25, 50, 100, 120.
Look,
But
Olympic.
that's from a clean and that's probably from a clean and jerks. That's heavy because it's
Hmm.
above the head.
Yeah.
I love watching the weightlifting and seeing a good clean snatch.
This
Hey-o.
this is gonna be great, man. They're just fucking up the Olympics, especially the women's Olympics. They're just fucking it up, man. This is gonna be great. I want in let's say 12 years time, and if they keep it like this, if all the people who are winning are trans in the women's sports, that'd be just brilliant.
Transworld Sports
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back.
I'm pro this. I think this is a good thing. I'm pro.
Of
it.
course.
I'm pro.
I like
more-
the
more
MMA.
Fallon Fox.
Um,
Well,
Yeah.
but you know the thing is, right? The real issue is people say it's unfair. So, oh no, it's not unfair. She's been on testosterone suppressant, and so she has. But so, like, listen, she's 43. Everyone else is like in their 20s. So clearly, somewhere, if she's
Yeah.
20 years older and she can still compete at the highest level, she's got some innate advantage. Otherwise, she'd be retired and going through
Yeah,
menopause. The same
Also,
as
she
most
looks like
43-year-old women.
fucking. She looks like giant haystacks. She's got male pattern baldness.
I think it's crazy
How
how
do you,
like the whole athletics in the Olympics is fucked up when you've got this lady who's competing taking suppressants, and you've got athletes like Caster Semenya who is not allowed to compete unless she takes hormone suppressants, but yet she was born a woman. It's
Yeah,
beyond.
but she's got like unusually high levels of testosterone. But it seems so unfair against Caster Semenya because I mean she's got like all athletes are unusual. You've got to start from an unusual.
Phelps has got unusually large
physical
lungs.
place.
Does he? Should he have to like wear a
Exactly.
gas mask while fucking swimming? That's like
Yeah.
some of
This
the
is
best.
the oppression of the black woman.
It's true. It
This
is.
is why
No,
white
it is.
people should have to pay twice more. At events.
Yeah, that's why the Olympics should be charged.
The Olympic ticket.
Yeah.
No, but it's madness. It's madness that and it's there's no logic to it. The only thing that I saw Tony Hinchcliffe released a little YouTube special that was it was basically going to be dated, and he's got a great. He's 20 minutes just going in on trans athletes. I mean, it's done to death, I suppose, but it was done really well. So if you want to watch that, it was hilarious. But it's old news now, and there's no logic to it. It's only going to get messier and messier and messier until there is a men's category, a females category, and then a trans category. That's the only way you can really have some sort of fairness with this.
The thing is, men are better than women at sports.
Preach.
Yep.
Well, I say that because I wanted a backlash. And you say, but how comes women don't win at stuff like darts? Why are they shitter? That shouldn't be anything.
There are. That's one of the sports where there are female athletes who can compete on the same level. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
there's
but they still lose. They get like the
I think
best women's dart players.
that's more of a numbers game, really. The number of females
Yeah.
who are involved in it compared to the number of males. You're naturally going to get a couple of more males who are at the top of the game. If there were more females involved in it, then you probably get
It's like
more
comedy.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly like comedy. I think there's not as many females in it, and there's nothing to say men or women are genetically funnier than one another. One of you disagreeing.
well, you know what? So my opinion has been somewhat changed upon this whole trans issue because over lockdown, one of my friends transitioned. Didn't tell me, just transitioned. I got a notification on Instagram. It said, "Here's someone you might know," and I was like, "Let me check
It
out."
was Leo.
I was like, "Well, it wasn't Leo, but he knows it."
Leo
A
curse.
transition
I
to
was
a
like,
man.
I was like, "Who's this babe?" And my friend's gone full on. They've transitioned. They're on hormone therapy. They've done laser therapy. I was like, we went to WrestleMania together. What the fuck? But it's humanized the issue for me.
That's
But
when they
even
decided they didn't want to be a man anymore.
when they were my friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't know. But I mean, when it comes to sport, I think it is. Yeah, it's pretty like you get some. You get people like, especially like woke people, going, "Oh yeah, this is great," and it's like, I think they should let it run, and then we should see the inevitable outcome because people say, "Oh, they're going to dominate." They say they're not. So let's do it. But I feel sorry for the other weightlifter who lost her place to her, who's been training her whole life and is lost.
Who
to this
we
woman.
don't know her name because no one remembers second.
I do. Her name is Zeminya Nobodkov.
Well,
21 years old.
21 years. Well, she's got time. She's got time. I'm sure. What's her name will be.
I just made that name up because I knew none of you knew her name. None of you knew her name.
No one was impressed, Darius. We knew you made that up. We knew it.
Well, fuck you too, Nico.
Well, this.
We should talk about the Euros. People can't go to restaurants with 30 people, but the Euros got 16,000 people coming to Wembley. 60,000 or whatever, and they're VIP people and shit, and yet we can't go in a room with 10-15 people or some jazz. That the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then also the world leaders as well at that G7 meeting, hugging and no social distancing, no mask, but yet we still under these ridiculous rules.
Yeah, and they pushed back the lockdown end date. I knew, everybody was saying, "Oh, lockdown's finished now. We've got the vaccines. Lockdown's finished." I knew it's just going to keep rolling on forever. And the deaths. The actual mortality rate in May is the lowest ever recorded since they started recording in 2001. We haven't had a May where this few people have died, because it turns out that all the people that died, a lot of the people that died from coronavirus, were about to die anyway. So they didn't die then, or they died then, and they're not dying now. So they got an extra 6 months of life or whatever, even though they're 88. Probably they didn't have quality life, and we've had to ruin my comedy gigs.
Yeah, and we're gonna get locked down again in winter months as well. They're already prepping us for that.
Yeah,
really.
They're already saying, yeah,
you travel can't go on holiday.
And then some people are getting corona.
At some point, we've got to grasp the nettle and just have immune system battle royale.
Yeah, some people are getting the COVID even though they're double jabbed as well. So what's the point in all this?
Well, I think you can still get it, but I think you basically your body fights off people aren't dying if they're double jabbed. You can still get the disease.
Well,
it doesn't prevent you getting.
Tell that to those BA pilots.
Yeah, Mouch.
Tell that to those 4 BA pilots dropped dead in the space of a week.
I've seen Catch Me If You Can. I reckon they were on all. They were fucking snorting coke off air stewardess tits.
Hold on,
they were partying until 2 a.m. They were drinking jet fuel.
Healthy.
Nah.
Right, you You know I love a conspiracy theory. So
Nah,
this
one
is,
of them died in a One of them
In a
died in a
moat.
mountain bike accident.
Well,
That's
Did it?
because he had the vaccine when he was riding.
In a
yeah,
mountain
That's
bike
right.
accident.
He had a puncture.
But listen to this for a little conspiracy theory. So 4 of them died. It was on the BA's official Twitter, right? That's not in doubt. Whether or not they had the vaccines is not in doubt. The only news source that has refuted this is Reuters, right? And Reuters says there was no links between these 4 deaths in a week that had to, and the vaccine. But the chairman of Reuters, up until last May, was also the chairman of Pfizer and has stocks and shares in Pfizer. So there's so much like murkiness going on that it doesn't make sense. So Reuters say, the vaccine's got nothing to do with it. The dude's got flipping shares in it. So obviously he's going to say that. But I mean, it's so murky, everything. But, or I don't know, don't fly
But
if you've had the
also,
vaccine.
they started giving the vaccines to teens, and this is a known risk. It's causing inflammation of the heart. And somebody on Twitter posted that there's the 14-year-old
Heartbroken
nephew.
teens.
This is going to get pulled from YouTube now for discussing Corona.
Well, they tried to silence us last week because we're a terrorist operation.
Yeah,
This
we never
woman's-
discussed the fact that we were a violent terrorist organization when we got banned.
Yeah, why were we a violent terrorist organization?
I think because
Yeah,
Vittorio is now editing it. They've sensed that his Northern Irishness has seeped into the edit. I have no idea. Like I was prepared to roll over, but Darius, who loves admin and a fight against injustice, got on his emails and sorted it within hours. So well done, Darius.
Thanks. But all I wanted to know is, what have we been banned for? I mean, I was actually intrigued to know what we said. Because we didn't actually... Because it's funny, and all this is funny, a violent terrorist organization. And we're enjoying it. I don't think we say anything that controversial, but just shows how easily you can silence someone with no reason given.
For nothing,
For nothing. And who else is being silenced? And this is why shit like vaccine deniers exist, because they're saying, well, if you won't let us talk about it, and they don't do things fairly. If I wanted to push the vaccine, I would say deaths in the last 30 days of Corona, here are the facts. And for the vaccine deniers, here are the deaths in the last 30 days of people who were vaccinated. So you've got the same stats. But because they deny those stats, then people build these things up in their mind. It's like the same with all the people who were pushed off Twitter, Parler, Facebook, whatever. They're now on...
See? Silenced!
Yeah.
Silenced!
They got him.
Wouldn't even let him finish the sentence.
Yeah.
Those idiots at BT have silenced you.
But they should tell us so
Yeah,
that we know,
you cut out there
so that
for
we
a
know
second.
what we did. Like if they don't tell us what we did to be seen as a terrorist organization, we might come across as a terrorist organization again, because we'll say the same thing.
Do you think? I think it's one of two things. One, it's someone who doesn't like us, who's just reporting us for anything, and then they've just taken it down. Or it was maybe. Were you talking about Palestine and Israel again? Maybe that was. Maybe they just saw Darius getting angry on screen, and it triggered some algorithm. Angry Persian man. Right, cool. That's instant ban.
Instant ban. To be fair, I'd agree. If they said that, I'd say, yeah, you're right. Ban me. That's
fair
right.
enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Can't argue with that. We got anything else we want to say, or are we going to wrap up? Because I just want to know, because I need to get ready to sing our theme song.
Well, I think we can finish off on this nice story, which is a new TikTok trend, which is white women show us how good they are at crying on cue.
If you're listening to this on Spotify, which I did, what we're watching is a clips of white women just smiling and then instantly crying. Which for some reason just stirs up a lot of emotions, and for me, anger.
I thought it was going to be a bit better than this, if I'm honest. Oh no, I see.
Yeah.
So they go from smiling to they stop crying.
Yeah.
Some of them, some of these like women are quite attractive.
Yeah, but this is dangerous because, like I said, it's echoes of that Emmett Till guy who got killed because some white woman said he got raped, and it just shows how easy and quick white women can turn on the tears, and the power that they have over. Well, that's white women
weaponizing their tears.
That's right.
It's like
Nico.
the woman that in the park when the black man was a bird watcher.
Yeah.
The woman with a dog that kicked off this summer, and she's and she started whining and crying.
This is why you have to pay more for festivals. This is why you have to pay more to get into trans, gay, pride events.
But to be honest, though, to be fair, though, I think most women can do this. To be honest, I know black women who can cry at the drop of a hat as well. But obviously, white women's tears are
as well
valued more. Me cry like that.
Cry.
No.
I
will have.
Come on, man! You're breaking my balls. What was your acting like?
I would have to be watching your comedy set for me to do that.
You're crying laughter
because it's so shit.
Better than yours.
It forces Nico to tears.
You're killing me, man.
You're killing me, man.
You're killing me, man.
You're killing me, man.
Leo, can you find that video? They need to see it. It's so shit.
I put it up on my YouTube just for my patrons to see because it's so shit.
No, put it up on this so we can share it to our non-patrons. They need to see.
How the fuck am I going to share it from this?
You just fucking share your screen. You just put share screen in. Well, not now. For the next one.
No, we'll save it for the next one.
We'll save this gold. Not now, man.
Not now, Lester. The worst
You're
ever
killing
acting show.
You're killing me, man.
You're killing me, man.
I just say that to my missus and she cracks up. If I ever see her performatively crying, I go, "You're killing me, man," and then she starts just cracking up.
I'd done some real acting. I played Mick Fleetwood in an ITV drama. I can do the accent and everything. John, you've got to tell me what's happening. What's the problem playing these parts?
Yeah, it's not your strongest.
See?
It's not your strongest.
I popped this in the group. I don't think anyone was as amused as I was about this, but rapper Kodak Blakk has paid a tribute to Kobe Bryant by painting a helicopter in his name. So he posted this image. He's a big Lakers fan, so he got a helicopter with in the Lakers colors and posed with a picture wearing Kobe Bryant's jersey, and he has received quite a lot of backlash for this, and it is kind of tone deaf, really, sort of posing with a helicopter next to your hero, and he's obviously done it innocently, but he's obviously just a bit of a fucking moron. I'm not familiar with Kodak Blakk. I don't really listen to rap. Does anyone know who he is? Or
who's the DJ that played DJ set for George Floyd? Who was that?
The DJ?
There was a DJ who did
the French one.
Is it Tiesto or
no?
What's the other one?
The long hair.
Avicii?
Yeah, he's French.
Is it Avicii?
No.
Or is Avicii dead? One of them is dead.
Yeah.
David
Guetta. That rapper painted a big vodka bottle for Avicii.
Yeah. How did Avicii die? What, overdose?
Suicide,
yeah, but like drunk and stuff.
And there was also there was the porn star who took Darius is gone. We've lost him.
Silenced.
There was a porn star who took a topless photo next to a mural of George Floyd, and she's been found dead this week. She got bullied and unfortunately took her own life. Should we end the pod there on that nice note? Or...
What? She showed her tits?
Yeah. I'll just get this up. 2 seconds.
George Floyd would have probably liked that.
That's because she wasn't wearing the M&S bra. That's why they got rid of her. Got rid of the M&S.
maybe that was also the inspiration.
Yeah.
What was her name? Porn star trolled online for posing nude. Dakota Sky.
Wow. Pull up a picture. Let's see.
So this is the photo. Oh, where's it gone? There. So this is obviously with those love hearts. I can't breathe. Not wearing any bra there. So that's probably one of the issues. Social media users took exception to the controversial image with Ron writing, "This is some serious disrespectful bullshit." She was she did have quite an issue with fentanyl. She was a bit of a drug user as well.
What, they're saying it's suicide?
An overdose, but maybe she died almost 2 years after her mother and baby sister. Her death was caused by addiction and alcoholism.
Oh no!
Fun.
Okay.
That's just sad.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad. But like, there's, I mean, it's online bullying as well as I mean, look, it was insensitive, tone deaf.
Yeah, but no one should have to lose their life over, a picture.
I'm back. Did you notice I was gone?
We did.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty-
Yeah, there were a lot more laughs.
My laptop how's the laptop dying with 8% battery left?
Why don't you plug it in?
Yeah, because I thought I had 8% battery left.
Darius lives life
but
like
don't
a
run it
rogue.
off the battery.
Yeah.
He's
All right, I
Oh,
got to run
always
though,
run
guys.
off
Yeah.
battery.
Should we wrap this one up?
All right.
Yes, wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That's what I've got to say.
And share it with a friend.
And comment.
There you go.
We are so slick.
And comment.
at
Like,
these-
subscribe, comment.
Like this is the slickest sign off I've heard ever. It sounds just like four old men shouting into the internet. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I'm young.
All right. Goodbye.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
Guys.
everyone.
Bye. Bye.